Good evening, this is BVI Channel 1. You are live on Matters Arising, and I am Asuchile Peters, your host. This is a live interactive section where we deliberate on issues, matters as it arising from our contemporary society and as it affects us as a people. Today we are going to the Niger Delta region to ascertain the agitation happening there by the Niger Delta militant. For a long time now, it seems that there is a relatively calm Niger Delta, but all of a sudden, something happened. And that thing that happened is what we are about to find out tonight on Matters Arising. Stay tuned, don't go away.
Now then say make we protect that oil, make the oil flow well. They can't say now one man then go give, make it can guide my community. Ain't getting community, I get my community. Ain't be man, me I be man. They no consult me, then say me person can guide my community where pipeline pass. Shell don't do me, Chevron don't do me. Now my own is German, now one can do me. It no go happen. It no go happen no. Because if they know say all of us now men for this creek where we did. Then go call all of us, discuss with us. Now you won't come in another way. Colonial master home pass, multinational home pass. You won't come carry my fellow German, take and slave me. It not go happen. The pipeline where they talk, they plenty pass from my place, pass the place where they give person to come guide. Now me they go come talk to before they go talk to the other man we get lesson. But if you say equity no good, then person when say equity no good and he won't come to equity with dirty hand, he go see war.
But do you believe in peace in the Niger Delta?
We don't give peace for Niger Delta before, and we're ready to give peace. But if peace, say now the peace where they go come shit me, now graveyard peace, me I don't want that.
Yeah, this is still BVI Channel 1, Matters Arising. You're welcome back again. I am Asuchile Peters. Like I say, we'll be talking about Niger Delta agitation. What do they really want? And we'll be taking their opinion as to what resurrected the current agitation and the threat of war in the creeks of the Niger Delta by this militant. What actually happened. In case you missed the video I published just this evening, you can go back and watch it after the live broadcast. You will see what actually propelled this current agitation in the Niger Delta region. But tonight, other people who will be joining me in this conversation, and you as well that is watching, you can join me in this conversation. Let us deliberate on this very important thing. How do we go about solving the problem in Nigeria permanently? Because from the east to the west, from north to south, agitations are happening from all corners. What will be the one-stop shop call that will solve the entire problem in Nigeria? That is part of what we're going to be talking about as we'll be looking into restructuring of this country called Nigeria and resource control. What do the Niger Delta region actually want? Don't forget, you can subscribe on this channel if you have not. Our old channel has been brought down. Tell everyone that you know that knows BVI Channel 1. Tell them we are back and running and we are building up once again. We lost our channel that is over nearly 200,000 subscribers. Now we're starting from ground zero. I thank those of you who have subscribed already. Please reach out to other people. Keep sharing the videos as this is the only platform that brings it raw. I mean raw truth. Alright, let us find out from the Niger Delta region, the militants, what do they really want and what are they agitating for this time. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
The time where late President Yaradua bring peace for this region, he no say carry everybody along. The people when no agree accept amnesty, self in talk to them. Then the peace come, oil come dey flow well. Now dem say make we protect that oil, make the oil flow well. They come say na one man dem go give, make e come guide my community. Him get im community, I get my community. Him be man, me I be man. Dem no consult me, dem say make person come guide my community where pipeline pass. Shell don do me, Chevron don do me. Na my own Niger man na one come do me. E no go happen. E no go happen o. Because if dem know say all of us na men for this creek where we dey, dem go call all of us discuss with us. Now you wan come in another way. Colonial master own pass, multinational own pass. You wan come carry my fellow German take enslave me. E no go happen. The pipeline where we dey talk, e plenty pass for my place, pass the place where they give person to come guide. Na me they go come talk to before they go talk to the other man wey get lesser. But if they say equity no good, then person when say equity no good and he won't come to equity with dirty hand, he go see war.
But do you believe in peace in the Niger Delta?
We don't give peace for Niger Delta before, and we ready to give peace. But if peace, say na the peace where they go come shit me, na graveyard peace, me I no want that.
What you're trying to do in Niger Delta, you want to cause chaos, especially in Nigeria. What you're trying to do, it won't work for you because we won't take it. Because what you're trying to do, you're trying to set confusion. NCTL line has 90-something kilometers, and a particular community has 83 kilometers in it. You did not give any of them the job, and you went and took this job to somebody who is in a process to give him the job because you want to connect with him and eat the money. When we have the lives of the former IBC president, Dokobo Alhaji Asari is there, Aishif Ateketom is there, you did not give to them. But let me tell you, I, General Empe, even if the leaders accept it, me I will not accept it. Because you tried it in oil and gas and you succeed, we did not talk to you. You think we are David Leon that you took into politics, and after you lost his election, you took over his contract and give it to your brother Kojo so that he can be getting cuts out of it. My brother, let me tell you cannot try it. Because if you try it, it will swallow you. But let me tell you, this is the pipeline. If you people can think you can come, I come and see. Then you see the end justify the means. And nobody, if you do not give the contract to the original indigenous of the community, you will not, this contract will not work. It's not as if we don't know what you are doing. But it's a threat. Hear it. NNPC, hear it. Federal government, hear it.
Jibril Silva, Mio Boyo Baram, Kalia Iku, Inankimini. God, one Adabuma, Tiatimi, Naya Montuametera, Imbo Wabsati, Inter Ibo official Crotivitana, Milio, everybody, Satormio, Eshomamio, Eshay Pemio, Neve Pemio, Calabari Pemio, Bobera Pakamodoku, Wabu, I'm also making Yarayu, and I'm also mommy. But a lie that Pene, and me and Okayamio, and Embarrassien. Damio Boyami, Calabari Pemio, oh, when Lata Ogu Pemini 90-something kilometer. Mio Calabari Pemi 83 kilometers an hour. And the Calabari Pemio Ori attack Tom Kakurota Kumota in the Tatmi pipeline in the Gimbo. Alaja Sara Togbo Oka Kurokuma a short arrow Fiduorokuma. Nearly a short arrow Jonasa Yereta Mondurokuma Oka Calabari Pemi that Timmy in a pipeline in the Gimbo. Map Longuerta in the Kiseba Tabe Ariab a Jonama Sokotabo Calabari Pemi Kim and he Kikiber a Bravo. We are so many here. The walk by Yarayo Calabari Pemna, Okrekai Pemna, Anthony Pemna, Wasoko Pagaboda, Patia Timida Wagoa, back at you. Me am here Pagado game, a bivio in the Barassia. Temiana Fia, only with a man. Te bought a boy, Mama, Ibotama, a Calabari Pemio, Colloquial, Arena, about a bel power.
I said, Briguri, Asawana,
Yeah, welcome back again. This is still BBI Channel 1 Matters are Rising. You've just watched the Niger Delta militants display and dropped their agitation demands right there with Arise Television as it was published. Now we're going to be talking about what is stirring up this agitation and what could be done to fix the endless problems in this country. And joining me in this conversation is Ndubisi Enugu, Good Governance Ministry Ambassador, a leader of repute and a village economist. Hello Ndubisi, you're welcome to tonight's deliberation on matters arising. Ndubisi, are you there?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm here.
All right, good evening, Ndubisi. You're welcome to this program. Now we're talking about the Niger Delta agitation. There are agitations happening across Nigeria, but today we've seen the Niger Delta people come to make demands, and particularly on the issue of surveillance, monitoring of the oil pipeline that goes across different communities in the Niger Delta. For some years now, since after the amnesty, we've experienced a kind of peace in the Niger Delta region. Up until now, what actually happened and what could be the solution to the entire problem? But from my own angle, the whole thing started after federal government gave Tom Polo, one of the militants in the Niger Delta region, the contract, the pipeline surveillance contract, and hell was let loose. Just recently, we saw Asari Dokubo walk on the street with heavily armed militants, and this whole thing is beginning to add up. So tell me, what do you think about this?
Hello. Yeah, if I understand your question on the agitation by Niger Delta militants and their recent demand from federal government of Nigeria, I want to say that it's just like someone that is sick, a sick person. Instead of going for diagnosis or lab test to diagnose the cause of their sickness, what you will simply do is to go to chemist and ask for Panadol. Panadol to, reduce the pains you are having. On taking the Panadol can only alleviate or reduce the pains you are passing through. But that has not addressed the root cause of your problem, your health condition. You have to go for lab test, and when that lab result comes out, you meet a doctor who will diagnose, of course, the cause of their illness. I know in Nigerian case, solution diagnosis have been given over the years. But what Nigerian government are continuing to do is to operate do what we call divide and rule. Divide and rule. Empower one person against the rest of others. That is what Nigerian government are continuing to do. I know the root cause of the problem in Niger Delta is injustice. Injustice is the root cause of the Niger Delta problem. Just like agitation going on across the country. If the root cause of the problem is unrest, there won't be any agitation in any place. And what is that root? What is the solution that permanently solve the problem of all these areas? Like Niger Delta is resource control is the root cause of it. Oil, Niger Delta people have oil. People from that region should be allowed to manage their oil and pay for the center. If they cannot manage the oil resources, oil money, let them kill themselves. And after killing themselves, the remaining people there will manage the oil rightly. So, children, I don't know why you want this to do.
No, you've actually mentioned the very important aspect of this discussion, divide and rule. And you talked about resource control. But it's unfortunate, these Niger Delta militants are actually asking for surveillance to be like vigilantes monitoring the pipeline across. If you listen to what they said in that very interview as delivered by the Arise television, you hear them say that why should they give one person oil pipeline to survey as against others who has even more larger territories in their communities. That's talking about divide and rule tactics. They empower one person against the others, and that is what actually stirred this agitation in the Niger Delta. And now we are coming back on the root cause of why this endless agitation, which is even the most important aspect of this discussion, and the lasting solution. We talked about resource control, and we've been talking about restructuring of this country, which will guarantee resource control. Why are these agitators or Niger Delta militants not committed to the cause to push for restructuring of this country? I think it is a misplaced priority of people who are just after their economic freedom, because I don't see the reason you should have the militants all over all these years, agitation, blowing up pipelines, and at the end of the day, the communities are living in abject poverty and in penury. Even to the point that even their son, Jonathan, became the president, yet it couldn't solve their problem. So I believe that the problem of this country is fundamental. It's fundamental. Don't you think so, Lubisi?
We all know the problem of the country. Those people you heard their voices, I mean, people who just presented in Arise TV, though I didn't watch it, I was not machine to watch the video. The video is just brought out. I didn't watch it, but I'm not everyone with it. But I should think what those people are presenting, or maybe their presentation of what are demanding. Everybody knows, every self-mind or educated mind knows the problem with Nigeria. The issue we have is selfishness, self-interest. People are pursuing their personal interest and their collective or public interest. All these agitators everywhere. It is only those ones with strong voice or those ones that media houses will or the government will or the government or because they have few hundreds of naira to buy them, that doesn't mean that that is what the people of Nigeria are demanding. I know this some mind from that region are asking for resource control. They are asking that Nigeria should be restructured to guarantee equity, fairness, and justice. So I don't just listen to anybody, for a group of people to just accept themselves and be acting like that they should be giving contracts to guide them. Like it's madness. It shouldn't form part of our discussion today. I believe we are wasting our time talking about it. Such people should not be given attention at all. It's just like a activity program. The people from other part of Nigeria, northern part of Nigeria, western part of Nigeria, just because of opportunity that are opportune or that are privileged to occupy certain sensitive positions, have oil well behind their house. Behind, just like we behind an house in the and now someone will have oil well there. And the man is managed to bank to $200 million. And I'm here in my own time asking to secure the oil well. I mean, we shouldn't give attention to all those guys. We are far beyond this thing. These are economic Buccaneers. These are jobbers. People looking for money. Just like the other time, succeeded in making many of them an establishment program, paying graduates 60,000 monthly, and the headquarters actually he didn't take that mistake. He was not part of that military program. So how can you give the storm of the soil? In his own business. My brother, it's madness. You shouldn't be talking about all of them. I think we are far more. Those guys should not be giving me that complaint.
I agree with you, Ndubisi. I agree with you totally. To be frank with you, it is really a shame that when you should be agitating to have control of your resources, you are agitating, threatening war with your own brothers because somebody else laid a pipeline and you are struggling and fighting yourselves or who is going to supervise the pipelines that are laid in your community, taking the resources in your community elsewhere, enriching other people while you continue to die in penury. So these are the things that really bothers us. And we now ask the sincerity of purpose on the part of those who are saying they are agitating for one thing or the other. And come to think of it, that is even part of the reasons why some people say they are not interested in the Nigerian system anymore. That what happened to Jonathan, he couldn't fix their homeland. How would they expect like Mr. Peter Obi to fix the problem of every other person? So that's part of the things we are looking at tonight. Now, there are other people who want to join this conversation. Don't forget that we're talking about the Niger Delta agitation and we're talking about the Niger Delta agitation and other issues that affects it. We are talking about the Niger Delta agitation. Hello, good evening. Your name, please. Yeah, your name, please.
My name is Ogaffa.
All right.
Mazik. Yeah. I've been listening to the discussion going on regarding the Niger Delta, militants, the contract, and what have you. See, I want you people to understand one thing. Our people subjected it was me for stomach, the from the story of the video. No, it's what they will eat. It's only the people the lightest ones that will understand what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria is not the only. Now, can you imagine where the federal government is sponsoring or supporting the Niger Republic government, buying cars for them, laying pipeline from our side down to Sahel without developing the area where the soil is coming from. At present, I'm in England. Everybody in England here enjoying lights, enjoying water, enjoy good roads, enjoy good health, enjoy everything. All these things are in place for these boys, for the community, for the town. Oh, you won't hear all this nonsense. All these people can talk about the value pipe. How can the owner of oil guiding the oil for the Fulanis or the northern people come and enjoy the wealth while we are security guys that are guiding pipeline from northern to north and read what belongs to us. So I don't know, in your discussion, I don't know what's so as leaders, as kind of the CEOs of the different people, that's starting to know we, so they can taking on our boys contracts to get people oil well, to guide something of oil well, to guide. That is embarrassing. It's an insult to entire Niger Delta, to entire old Eastern region. That is an insult. So all these boys, I pity them because they don't have something to eat. They're looking for food. That's how I see it. So I want you guys to see them with compassion. As people are hungry, they need food. Nobody cares for them. That's why they're doing it. I'm telling you. See some of them that they brought here during that
amnesty program.
They never fight. They never violated the law of the land here. They are here. So this thing is annoying. Let us look at it in a broader way view this. Thank you.
I think you are very correct. Now, what do you think that they should be agitating for, the people in Nigeria generally, that will bring about the end to this endless agitation, left, right, and center? There are too many problems bothering this country. What do you think should be the solution, one-stop solution to this whole madness?
One, the solution, the northern people, the northern they should believe, they should see Nigeria that God belongs to all of us. They should bring back their mind from northern part of Africa, Niger and the rest. They should go back home and let us keep Nigeria as a whole, because they don't believe in Nigeria. For number one, then number two is that government develop the area that is facing them food. Without what this is, I'm telling you, this problem will continue. And you see, they keep all of us busy. We are talking about this, we talk of banditry, we talk of all these things have been created. But you know now, that is the problem, that is the issue. That's what I want everybody to talk about. But to be honest with you, my brother, the entire Nigeria, the entire have no problem. The Southerners have no problem. The Southerners are ready to have one Nigeria. They're ready to live peaceful. But the Northerners don't want it. All they want is to Islamize Nigeria, to teach the other part. If not, it's difficult to make everybody to belong, to make everybody feel Nigeria. It's not difficult to turn Nigeria to Dubai or other. It's not difficult. But these people are so bent that all the time they keep on bringing problems. You see, I am from Delta State, Santi. But I was brought up in the north, in Kano State. I knew the life is quite different from like our people in the south and eastern part. They are living in a comfort zone. They don't really understand Nigeria per se. But I have the real in-depth knowledge of what Nigeria is all about. Nigeria is never one. Unless Nigeria is united, all these problems will come. All these stories, they're just giving us topic every day. I'm telling you, without unity, first thing is that they should live in Nigeria, the northern part of Nigeria. If they don't do that, I'm telling you, this problem will continue. So the solution is let the northerners live with one Nigeria. And forget about this bad. We are not Islam, we are not all the two religions come from Arab, Christian and Muslim, and that is not who we are. They should come out as a Nigerian, they build the country as a Nigerian, and you will see that there will be peace. And all these things are they will need a take proper, right? To be settled. Because when you give somebody food, you give somebody light, you give people light, they have food, they want to go to vandalize their pipeline. So that is that's what I have to say.
All right, thank you very much for joining the conversation. DBC, what do you have to say from what he just said from the committee our brother just made from United Kingdom?
It's certain I'm saying that the country should be restructured to guarantee independence and justice. If not, to attend to Israel, if Nigeria deserves to have up to 10 different nations, just like the former Yugoslavia. Nigeria should go to war with Yugoslavia if they refuse to do the right thing now, to do the people. By having a system of government, a system of government like United Kingdom or United States of America, you know, we are overflowing this issue. That is why people need action. People are fighting. People want to be carried armed. People are obediently being useful these days. You know, this is not the time of what do I think or what do I want. We already know what. Sorry, I have another device here. I was P2B is live, but it's a live program in Germany right now.
Okay.
So maybe maybe we should be following up with this program going forward after today. However, what I'm saying is that it's no longer what I think. We already know the solution, what we want. The system we have now is not sustainable and cannot work. It's the only thing that will make this system, that will keep the system going is the one you have now, divide and rule. If you make too much noise, they will corner you and give you $10 million. You close your mouth. You go and buy one hotel or buy one building and saturate the apartment.
Yeah.
So another person will start again. They will corner the person, give the person minister. The person will shut up. But that will not solve the problem. The problem remains. Now, Obasanjo is trying to make amendment, or some of the leaders, IBB or Abubakar and the likes. Nobody is hearing the one again talking. I wonder whether he's strong again or whether he's is healthy enough to speak out. These guys, all these old people, they know the problem with Nigeria. Maybe today they are trying to make amendment. I'm saying maybe the agitation must continue. We know what we want. If this country cannot be or cannot go back to 1963 Republican Constitution, it must go the way of former Yugoslavia. If not now, tomorrow.
Yeah.
There is no two ways about it, because what you have now is not sustainable.
Yeah.
What you have now is a consumption system where Nigeria, all the money Nigeria is making is used to service consumption. There are so many big men in Nigeria doing nothing.
Yeah.
In all the federal parastatals or all the state parastatals, in all the local government, people are receiving money for doing nothing. Even people in the universities are there. No, my friends there will disagree with me. But if you go to some universities, many universities are self-sustaining. They don't need any money coming from federal government. They can sustain themselves. Individual universities, if they are productive, if they are thinking outside the box. But it's not the case, because everybody is waiting for air money. Everybody is waiting for allocation coming from Abuja. Everybody is waiting for the center to send money to the state or the local government, and they will keep on embezzling this money. They will keep on stealing this money, buying houses in diaspora, in US, in Dubai, while leaving the homeland dry.
Exactly.
So the system we have is not sustainable. How many times will I say this thing? How many times will I keep on saying one thing? That's what we should be thinking about saying solution. And the solution is to, if you genuinely the person who can afford you there to go to Abuja and represent us as a senator, so that every day you will be shouting there, will be hearing their voice. Every day you will be shouting, will be hearing their voice. If he speak to you that will do the needful, who can afford you to that place? Let him go there and do the needful.
You see, that's exactly what we are trying to do here. The bulk of the challenge or the bulk of the responsibility is on the people. The people themselves are not doing enough. They are not doing enough. You understand?
It's because people have not been sensitized to do the right thing, the right message. Now, me and you started sensitizing them in the Biafra struggle, telling them that it's the political struggle. 2010. And then we carried Biafra flag to UPP convention. Why do that guys say, no, it's war, we must fight war? People are being misled, and unfortunately, those people in diaspora keep on contributing millions of dollars to them. But for those of us at home, only few people. Maybe if you have those people who give that money this month, next month, they will say, this voice is like I'm beginning their family. So, who is sustaining what we are doing here? I'm getting angry, I'm getting pissed off.
And the people, instead of focusing their anger or channeling the agitation to a solution-based agitation, people are just busy working themselves off, even fighting among themselves. Let us quickly bring in Dr. Raf. Raf, you have just joined us from the US. Hello, Raf.
How are you today?
We are fine. We are fine. How is America this afternoon? I know you guys are still in the afternoon or around evening.
Yeah, I'm in Texas about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I hope you guys are waiting for the arrival of the incoming president of Nigeria, Mr. Peter Obi.
be leaving Europe this weekend.
Yes.
Because I know that there's a lady that has YouTube platform that is going to speak. A lot of people listen to her, so it's going to speak on that platform. I know that it's going to be in Houston on 29th. I don't know where it's going to be on the 30th, but it's going to be in Dallas on the 30th.
And I hope you guys are going to meet him.
I will be in Houston on Thursday. I will be in Houston on Thursday.
All right. Now we are talking about the agitations happening in Nigeria. Particularly, we are referring to the Niger Delta agitation for oil pipeline surveillance. How do you look at it? Do you think it's a misplacement?
For me personally, full of Niger Delta, they are the people that Nigeria has used and the politicians have used them to reach themselves. Unfortunately, the poverty are paying the price. Number one, they cannot find in their life. Number two, they cannot eat in their life. There's so many things. And I bet you money, health-wise, this oil is causing them. And a lot of times healthcare is there. I think somebody, I remember somebody comparing Niger Delta and Zamfara. The houses, the funny people in Zamfara and our all these places, they don't put it in central. They just the things they get from Niger Delta. If you go to Saudi Arabia, which is the most running country, if there is oil in your life, there is a benefit. Here in Texas, when they are telling you a land, like I'm going to buy a land one time, they can tell you the land, but they can tell you oil royalty if there is oil in that land.
Yeah.
That's a separate negotiation.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, Niger Delta people have been taken advantage of because of centralized government. And that is part of the reason why I pray that people will become the president of Nigeria. And see what we can do. Because we being the president of Nigeria, if you win tomorrow, it's going to be a very good thing. But the challenges that will come with it is below money motivation. Because there will be a lot of challenges. Because this cabal cannot give up.
Yeah.
Because the cabals are the people that are in the business, they are the people that are in the house. And these people do not have conscience. It's unfortunate they don't have conscience. In Western world, people go into politics to serve. When they serve, the only good thing that comes out of it for them is to get connection. When they come out of that environment, with that connection, they can be for example, they can go to CNN and become guest speakers, they can buy goods and stuff like that. But in Nigeria, it's all about money. Once you become the chairman of local government, you become rich because what you do is that you take the money that's supposed to be used to pay your people and put it in the bank or go and buy Range Rover and start paying the money. My problem is not even centralized. My problem is that the money that have come in Igbo land, what have they used it for? The people that are paying Igbo land, what they are getting in the money. people, if you're wise enough to gather a lot of guys, you make your money. And once you make your money, don't give a damn about the people. So that is the sad part of it.
I agree with you.
That is my take on that.
Yeah.
Because fortunately, I did the guy, what is his name?
Tom Polo.
Whatever.
Yeah, he did. The whole thing is just like about the whole thing just looked like just divide and rule because they just cornered one guy, empowered him with surveillance. You know, how can you place me as a vigilante to watch over my own thing being taken away by outsiders?
I'm starting to walk. I'm starting to walk. That's the guy. I'm not going to see that. But the guy himself. He's taking money with all these things.
Recently he came out on the street with many militants armed with sophisticated weapons as a show for power. I think that is exactly what was happening during the time he made that parade to show his force as a stakeholder in the Niger Delta region. I think that's exactly the statement he was making on that very video as the oil pipeline contract was being was still under negotiation with Tom Polo. So it's just about people for themselves. Since the Niger Delta agitation.
But what is wrong with Nigeria? What is wrong with Nigeria?
Everything is wrong with Nigeria.
You bring in an outsider to come and see a security of my house. That is unfair. That is truly unfair.
And that is exactly what the other agitators or other militants are saying. Why would you give Tom Polo the surveillance of all pipelines in the Niger Delta, now undermining their own stake in the whole deal? They weren't consulted and the rest of them, but this is just all about a shame. Because we've seen Niger Delta people agitate over the years. Is it just to control oil pipeline or to control the resources itself? The oil pipeline is benefiting those who are not even Niger Delta. Some of them have not even come to Niger Delta land before. But yet they are milking it dry, at the detriment of the communities. The communities that couldn't go to fish, to farms and the rest of them, going through disasters, hunger, penury, suffering. In the name.
The problem too with all this. The oil has finished. There's no more oil. There's no more oil.
That they are even fighting over. The oil is obsolete.
We have gas now, electric gas. In the next 10-15 years, nobody's going to need oil. Nobody's going to need oil. People will need electric power. What are we doing to meet up? In America today, there is companies that I don't really know how, but maybe how does solar, if I want to put solar in my property and provide electricity, because that's how you need money things now. You create solar panels, a lot of solar panels generate electricity and give it to and sell it. How is that in Nigeria? Because that's a very big business now.
Yeah, of course. We just had someone that just joined us now, a very respectable elder statesman in Igbo land based in Italy. Izu Ebu, you're welcome to the show, and we're talking about oil pipeline surveillance by the Niger Delta agitators demanding their own share in the oil contract, the oil pipeline surveillance contract. And we're also looking at the alternative, that is restructuring and resource control. Do you have anything to say to that, Sir Uzuebu? You can unmute yourself. You are muted. I think. Hello? Unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah, welcome to the show. Yeah, you heard what we are talking about.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes.
So what's your submission?
In fact, my advice to our people is very, very simple and situation now in Nigeria. I don't know exactly how our people reason. Instead of asking the federal government to leave them to mine their own resources, they were guiding the pipelines of the other people that doesn't have anything to do in our region. It's a very, very painful and pathetic situation that's seen in our region. I would like to people from Niger wake up and take their resources and mine their resources. In Nigeria, I think we have educated and militants. Most of them has lived in the United States, some of them studied in England, some of them studied in Japan. In America, if you have a oil deposit in your land, you have to mine the oil deposit by yourself.
Yeah.
Pay tax to the federal government of the United States. Look for the company that will run their company, oil company. Just pay tax to the federal government. Life in Nigeria since the 600 years till death, our resources would have not mined it. The Niger Delta young ones will welcome and call the spade a spade. Enough is enough with all this gamble. Foreign powers and the so-called leaders in Nigeria are using to impoverish our indigenous people.
Okay. All right. I think your point has been taken, and tonight we're not going to stretch through the whole hours, but we're going to take a wrap up of different opinions of those who are just right here with us on tonight's program. Ndubisi, can you give us your overview, your own suggestion on how to go about the solution? The solution itself, you talked about regional government, you talked about resource. How would that be achieved in the contemporary Nigeria? Let us just forget about stories, and long grammar. What do you think the people should do? Because it is all about the people.
Yes, the solution number one is sensitization. We have to take this sensitization to different communities in our zone. Of course, starting from Igbo land. Like Chinedu, you could remember the last time we went to the last town hall meeting, we asked the question, what do the Igbos want?
Exactly, we did.
What do we actually want?
Yeah.
So, surprisingly, one or two elders there got the thing. I was amazed. They say that what we simply need is equity, fairness, and justice, an equitable system. The other equitable system that everybody will be happy. It's all about happiness. It is all about a livable system. A system that will encourage hard workers. A system that will motivate and encourage. What is that system? That system is resource control. That system is system that encourages you to work hard, and once you work hard, you will be happy that you earn your money. You did not steal, you know. And everywhere around our homeland, we all have resources. In Anambra State, here, the gas we have in Anambra State, I don't think our generation can use it all. I don't think. I think the excess gas we have here can serve, in fact, 300 top generation to come. So why wouldn't we use it? We have all here in Anambra State. We have fertile land. My brother here, Chief Uzeku, has an agricultural model that can set up a system in our various communities to be independent.
I think now that you mentioned that our big brother Uzebu, sir, you have a very wonderful agricultural model, which is also part of the resources we're talking about. We would like to have you on as an exclusive guest to share with our viewers and our people across the globe with respect to investment in agriculture and the model that will actually work within our contemporary society as it is today. Okay, we are looking forward to having you on that very program as our special guest. I hope you grace that occasion. And to our brother Raf, what will you say as your own, conclusion to tonight's discussion?
So, for me personally, I have 3 things to talk about. Those 3 things. First of all, I think we're going to go back to regional government. Because if you go back to regional government, you motivate every region to police themselves, to do things, and pay to the percentage to the central. Every time you have something that are managed by central government, you have to start from the bottom, from the town, from the local government, from the state, from the city. That is how America runs. America runs from the county to the city, then to the state, then to the government, then to the federal government. And independent of their own. That is important. Then the second part of what I'm saying, let's negotiate the resources. If we find resources, like Mitsubishi was talking about, in another state we have oil that is being drilled now. In my hometown, there is a lot of people that live in my hometown drilling the oil in your people. You know, someone right there. They are drilling the oil already. But what are my people getting from that? Then you talk about security. If every state needs to in themselves, they can call them whatever. Let them take control of their region.
Yep.
Those are the things. And for us to accomplish this, government. This old cabal has ruled us for how many years? Since I was a child, they said Nigeria will get better. Nigeria will be okay state. They are trying us from me being a child from adult and becoming an old man now. Nigeria is getting worse and worse. And the only way we can change that is, if it's my brother, he said we need to plant all these old people and bring new fresh mind. But the fundamental problem you have is that that new fresh mind are not willing to take over. The amount of money that don't use by using the internet a month is beyond my imagination. But they can't even pull their leader's account and capitalize. They just sit enter. Instead of advising, they're supposed to teach the president of answer. Today, no you supposed to be talking about this forces. We need to elect competent speakers. When I said, I tell my friends, I said, this election is a 16-year process. This will be 8 years, 8 years, and whoever that comes as a vice president for that, that is what we need. Competent individuals that are willing to start. Not the people that are saying it's no government because of the money. You see somebody who doesn't have any future. He is putting himself into the government, and all of a sudden he's a billionaire. I'm not telling you that he's a billionaire, he's true. Those are the things we need to do to change lives.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you so much for your submission tonight. And we will take one more very important personality. Honorable Onyebuchi just joined us right now. Let's give him the opportunity to air his opinion before we call it a night on matters arising tonight. Hello, Honorable. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Comrade. Sorry for the...
No, it's all right. Can you tell us what's your opinion very quickly on this issue we are discussing tonight? We're talking about the Niger Delta people, the agitation, resource control, and the ultimate solution, which is restructuring of this country.
Thank you, Comrade. Thank you, my fellow for my take on the Niger Delta issue and this. These people have been agitated for long. But whenever they are put into the trouble, they go back to the creek and start making because Tompolo, whom they gave the right to control the pipeline for more. Remember, I've been under the working of the security agencies for him. He had been playing hide and seek when we gone because he was accused of having redemption for the oil and he was a very big threat to the Nigerian government.
Yeah, of course.
Finally, this is election period, and the politicians have seen that the election will be different from other. This election is a new election. They want to take Nigeria. So you can see that the minister, he felt that it's good for him to realize the control whom the federal government declared wanted. He liaised with him, forgetting that what comes around goes around. He never put into commitment on the other in my they were all militants, but my father was neglected. Sometimes God's working in him. God never gave him the mind, but he didn't want together. He forgot that somebody like a Tom who is in real estate can have mistake in his world. He forgot that who displayed his own group of militants with a still have faith in militants. He only said go out and win. There are so many of them, Ogumbos, and then so that's the group now when they practice but they are the because then how they were doing all of the way, making progress of the integration of eyeball. So if they want to move in, but but the most important thing to do is because they want to control the financial wealth. This weekend of a thing, we want to do is something that nobody knows anything. Control is a problem of freedom. Because you can't tell me you have a whole militant. You cannot ask somebody that go deep measure of building private university, and he go with them, he used money not being to talk. The passport was to control of the maritime and contribution to money to acquire information. So, most of them are teaching. But there will be peace because unless they come together, you can do how they want to bring the language of the Bible. And if you look at their threat, they were wrong. People the pipeline crossing the one on others. They control the game, they control the in their communities. It has made them. So, let's move on. I think the other way is of states for me. But all these things need to motivate. They want to get hope, which we need. So let's go on. But let's go agitate. You can see I could be like a woman agitate, but when the leaders of the one promised him, he never remained. But we do what they want. Even the other they were a big people that if you read some thousands of millions of dollars for the forest, don't make it. You do not because they get control of the forest from that everybody to protect from their family.
Yeah. So it's also it's just about self-enrichment.
That's it, exactly.
Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable, for joining us tonight. We are actually on the verge of closing the program when you joined, and we appreciate you for your immense contribution on this program and other programs we are handling on this platform, BVI Channel 1 Plus. Don't forget, this is our new channel. We are still rebuilding it. We hope that you guys will join us by subscribing on our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media platforms as we continue to inform you better. Okay, so on Matters Arising tonight, we are wrapping it up, and we hope to have you all back again next week, when we'll be coming back with our political review that will be happening from Monday to Thursday. Then we have Matters Arising like this on Friday. I will hope to have you all. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us tonight as we are going off. I wish you the best of the weekends. Stay safe at all times. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you, comrades. Thank you for
all right.
All
right. Thank you. So that is it. Stay tuned until we come right back again. Subscribe, follow us on our social media platform, and also share our content. Bring everyone on board. This is a place to be where we give you a voice and where we say the truth without looking at anybody's face. We see it, we say it undiluted. I'm going out now. I'm signing out. Stay safe, as I've always admonished. Bye bye for now.